All right, if you're on Windows, things are slightly more involved, but don't worry. I will walk you through the entire process, and I added a cute little wallpaper on the virtual machine that we're going to use as a present. So go to your internet browser of choice and then start typing this address. It's going to be si.cs.ucsb.edu/ and then the tilde. That's right below your escape key. And then go to Lawton Nichols /CS16. Hit enter. Okay, and that will bring you here. And then you'll click this link right here. It's called debian.vdi.zip. You'll download this zip file, okay? And I've already downloaded this, so I'll just cancel it. And remove it from here. That's fine. And then you'll have it downloaded. Please extract it somewhere nice. I will put it in a different spot. Let me extract it to this folder. Just somewhere that you'll keep safe. This is the folder that I will have put it in, and then I will extract it. And we're going to do this in real time, so go ahead and fast forward if you'd like. This might take a minute. While you're downloading this, actually, or while you're extracting it, one thing that you can do is get an editor for your machine. Visual Studio Code is the one that I'll be demonstrating in this class. It seems to be the most popular one. So you can go and start downloading that. You're on Windows, most likely, so you click the Windows key, or the Windows button, download Visual Studio Code, and then you can edit files. But what you're downloading and extracting right now, ever so slowly, is a virtual computer. So you're going to have a computer inside your computer. And it's going to work in this program called VirtualBox. So you're going to have to install this program. Search for it, VirtualBox. It lets you run a computer inside of your computer. So I guess we'll go to Downloads, and then you'll download it for your own machine. Windows hosts, let's say. Yes, we totally want to download it, and then it'll start downloading. I'll just cancel it because I already have it installed. Okay? And so at the end of all this, you will have your VirtualBox program to open, and this should work exactly the same on Windows. You'll open this program, and eventually this will be done extracting, and we can use it. This .vdi file that you're extracting is the virtual hard drive of this virtual computer. But while it's extracting, I think one thing that we totally can do is make a new computer. So we'll click the New button. Actually, let's see if I can put this in English for you for a second. That would make things a bit better. There we go. Let's make a new virtual machine. So I'm going to, you can keep this default, this is just fine. I'm going to save this in a different place because I don't have a lot of room on my machine. I'm using an external hard drive. So I'm going to go here, right there, that's where it's going to live. And the name of this machine, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it CS16. The name of the operating system that we're installing is called Linux, and the name of the specific kind of Linux that I've given to you is Debian. So I'm going to type that, and it has it all pre-configured. We'll say continue. You can click the recommended memory size. That's totally fine. It can even be a bit smaller if you'd like. And then a virtual hard disk. We have one of those. We just downloaded it. This is what we click. We say use an existing virtual hard disk. I'll click this button to find the one that I have here, which I've extracted. It's that file that we unzipped that you downloaded from the internet. That zip file. I extracted it to right here, that debian.vdi file. Okay? Find that, because that's your virtual hard disk. Open it up, and there it is. We'll say choose, and then we'll hit create. Okay? So that should be the bulk of the things that you have to do. Now you can click start, and it should begin running this virtual machine inside of your computer. So let's do that. Let's get it working. You might, depending on how good your screen resolution is, it might start out really, really tiny. So I can go to the View menu, go to virtual screen 1, and then say scale to 200% or auto scaled output. And that'll make it normal sized. And it's still starting up. One thing that I should tell you right now is the username and the password for this computer. The username is UCSBCS, and the password is also UCSBCS. Okay? That's what I've done. Go back to this machine. It's still starting up, no problem. One nice thing is you can, instead of powering it off virtually, you can just have it save its state, so it'll start up a lot faster after you've started it up just once. So it's running, it's going. And there we go, it'll eventually give us a login screen. And this is super nice. So now I have a little mouse and everything. So username and password, UCSB, CS, password, UCSB, CS. And this will log you in, and we will have a terminal and a compiler and everything we could ever want on our machine. Okay, so this is a computer inside of a computer. Here is an internet browser. Here is Visual Studio Code in case you want to, for some reason, work on this machine only. And here's the terminal that you'll be using to compile everything. You'll say G++ to compile your things. I've got that all installed for you. This is kind of tiny. You can take it into full screen. You can also resize it, and it should just make it bigger for you, which is really nice and helpful. I'll do that a little bit more even. And one thing that I encourage you to do is, well, you can totally work just fine. You can start up the internet browser, download your lab, upload it. One thing that I'd like you to do is hopefully share your computer's files, so the files on your own machine with this virtual machine, so that you can edit everything on your own computer in your own version of Visual Studio Code, and then just compile it and run it inside of this virtual machine. Okay, so the way to do that is to go down here. There's a little grayed out folder button right here that says no shared folders. Let's go to shared folder settings. You can also get this differently by going to the normal VirtualBox program, going to settings. So you can go to your shared folder settings, and let's add one. Maybe you'll make a CS16 folder. We'll add a folder path, click on other to choose the one we want. Maybe I'll give it my entire downloads folder, let's say. And let's have it auto mount. We don't want it read only because we want to change things. And you can click make permanent as well. So choose your folder, auto mount, make permanent. Everything else you can leave. Hit OK, and also OK. And what this will do is allow you to see your files on this machine. You're going to have to restart it. But this should be the last time you ever have to restart this machine. If I click restart, now that I've shared this folder, I should be able to see all of my files that I put in the folder that I shared, this downloads folder, and look at them and edit them and compile any programs inside of them on this computer. Okay? So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that once this restarts, and that is all you need. You'll edit your files on your local machine in your Visual Studio Code, and then you'll come on here to this VirtualBox machine to compile and run your all the programs in your labs and everything like that. So feel free to fast forward as this starts up. So try to add your local machines folders as shared folders in VirtualBox. This will let you edit your files in VS Code on your own machine, and then all you need is to use the terminal in the VirtualBox machine. Because then you can also use your own computer's web browser to actually upload things as well, at least for these first couple labs. So here it started up again, UCSB CS, and then UCSB CS. Have it start up. And then, hopefully, if we did everything right, we should see on the desktop a new folder. And I'll show you how to get there in the terminal as well. Oh shoot, it's not on the desktop. Maybe it will show up. Ah, it's in devices. It's there. Oh no, we have permission denied. So this is the one difficult thing that I probably should have done before. I think this has to do with groups. Let me try something and then see if that's going to work. Sudo user mod a g UCSB CS. UCSB CS. And then your password is UCSB CS again. Okay, let's see if that worked. I might have to log out and log in again. I'm going to try. That was one thing that I forgot to do. Let's see if this is going to work now. Done. There we go. Okay. So, now, to get at your folders, you have to run this one command. Sudo usermod -a-g vbox sf ucsb cs. So I'm going to type this. And you run this in the terminal, and that gives you access to your shared folders. Access to your shared folders. Run the command usermod lowercase u -a-g vbox sf, and then your username, which is UCSBCS. Run that in the terminal. Then log out and log back in, and your shared folders will be accessible. Okay, so there's that. So you're going to run that. And then once you type enter, it'll ask you for your password, and your password is what you have. Your password is still UCSBCS, but you won't see it when you type it in. It's just UCSBCS, hit enter. Now you're a member of the correct group that will give you access to this downloads folder. Okay? Now, to get to it in the terminal, you have to say cd. You have to say cd and change directories to it. And where it is in the weird spot. So it's in / and then media. It's in that folder. Hit ls, and then you'll see it. It's right here to see all the things in this directory. It's in the media folder. It's in another folder called sf, then the name of the folder that you're sharing. cd sf downloads for me. And then you can start compiling things, G++, whatever was there. It'll work. Okay? I might actually have one in this folder. Nice. I did, and it will compile. All right, so with that, that's everything that you need. Now you can edit the files on your own machine and then get it through the shared folder. Okay? Let me type this in here. To access your shared folder in the terminal, use the cd command to go to the /media folder, and then your shared folder starts with sf and then underscore. Okay, so for me, it was cd, lowercase cd, /media /sf underscore downloads. And then I was inside my downloads folder. Maybe you'll do one like media /sf cs16, and that could be your folder. But this is the key here. Make sure that you can get all this stuff working. Shared folders, unfortunately, have to do this one extra thing. But that is all you need to enable you and give you the permissions to see what's there. Okay? So now you should have everything that you need. You've downloaded VirtualBox, you've installed this virtual machine, you've logged in, you've added your shared folders, you've given yourself access to these shared folders, and then you've been able to get inside that folder on the terminal so that you can compile and run all the programs that you're going to write in this class. Okay, so that is how to use Windows, how to get this virtual machine up and running. And then if you want to close it, because you're done with it, you can just hit the X and you can go to save the machine state, which is nice because it'll just restore from where it was when you start it back up. But you can always tell the machine itself to turn itself off or restart it if there's ever a problem. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Please let me know if you have any questions. That was a bit more involved than the Mac process, and I'm sorry about that, but hopefully it works for you now.